My name is Nehemiah Spalon. Most of you guys know me as Nemo. Today we will be debating the policy that the U.S. should substantially increase electric power generation through the use of solar energy. Fossil fuels currently produce 65% of the U.S. Energy, and with only a finite amount of fossil fuels available and the hazards it poses to the environment, it begs the question, why have we not focused our attention on the implementation of solar-generated energy? Affirmative significance. The sun provides a tremendous amount of resource for gathering clean and sustainable electricity without toxic pollution or global warming emissions. But as a country, we are not taking full advantage of this resource. According to the U.S. Information Administration, out of 4.08 trillion kilowatt hours of electricity generated in 2016, only 0.9% was generated by solar systems. Fossil fuels, such as coal, oil, natural gas, currently produce most of our electric and engine power. In an article called Pros and Cons of Fossil Fuels from conserveenergyfuture.com, written on 25 December of 2016, it states that fossil fuels are a finite energy resource. Unlike sunlight, water, or wind energy, fossil fuels cannot be renewed. The amount of fossil fuels in the Earth's crust today are all that we are ever going to get, at least until another several hundred million years pass and even more organic matter decays and decomposes. This means that once gas, coal, and petroleum reserves have been completely used up, there is nothing more left. So we see here that one reason that we can't rely on fossil fuels for the foreseeable future is because they're finite. They will eventually run out. Another point that I want to make is that solar energy is a good alternative for fossil fuels, as it is non-polluting, clean, reliable, and a renewable source of energy. It does not pollute the air by releasing harmful gases like carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, or sulfur oxide. So the risk of damage to the environment is greatly reduced. Solar energy also does not require fuel to produce electricity, and thus avoids the problem of transportation of fuel or storage of radioactive waste, such that we can get from nuclear type fossil fuels. Among all the benefits of solar panels, the most important thing is that solar energy is truly renewable energy source. It can be harnessed in all areas of the world and is available every day. We cannot run out of solar energy, unlike some of the other sources of energy. Solar energy will be accessible as long as we have the sun. Therefore, sunlight will be available to us for at least 5 billion years, when according to scientists, the sun is going to die. We are a country dependent on fossil fuels, and with only a finite amount of coal and oil left, America needs to switch to a source of energy for the foreseeable future. When comparing the alternative methods we harvest energy from, like from the wind, sun, and sea, solar power is the cheapest and most reliable method of producing energy. Sunlight is Earth's most abundant energy source, and it comes delivered free of charge. Affirmative inherency. Currently, my apologies. In an article called The History of Fossil Fuels from justenergysolar.com, it says that during the first half of the 1800s, the Industrial Revolution spread to the United States, and the use of coal became more widespread. Coal replaced low energy firewoods as the leading source to power steam locomotives and machinery. Rails and steam engines combined to build railroads, furthering the need for coal, and it didn't take long for the utility companies to discover they could burn coal to generate electricity and charge consumers for it. Currently, there are federal and state incentives given to solar panel owners, but no policy exists that requires the usage of solar gathering technology for commercial or residential use. As such, consumers are left to decide whether they would like to purchase solar panels for their homes or businesses. Most people now are realizing that a massive switch to these types of power sources will be required in the future, but it seems to be human nature that the urgency to make this happen will not be great enough until the prospect of running out of fossil fuels is much closer. Affirmative solvency. State laws should mandate developers to incorporate solar installations during the construction of a new building. Incorporating solar panels during the drafting of a building would make implementing them during the construction easy and cheap, as the design of the building would be tailored to fit solar panels. This would also save future occupant the hassle of identifying a seller, negotiating prices, drawing up designs, arranging financing, and overseeing the installation. Those duties would fall on the developer of said building. The expense would then be bundled with the overall purchase of the building, and the owner could then pay it off over time. Furthermore, excess power made by these solar energies on these new buildings should be fed into the state's current power grid, allowing other homes and businesses to use solar energy as their main source of electricity. By using this method of implementing solar panels, we would stop new solar plants and new power plants from being constructed, and in turn, there would be no need to clear land or destroy ecosystems. Thank you.